Okay, today we're going to be painting a galaxy background for a project we're doing where you're going to be making a rocket with your name on it because our theme for the 5th grade arts night is blasting off into middle school. So I'm going to show you how we're going to make your paper into a galaxy. The first thing we're going to be doing is using our paint tray to paint our paper black, really just because I don't have enough black paper. But this is the only thing we're using this paint for, is to paint your paper black. And if it looks kind of gray, just swirl it a couple more times. And so this is your first step. I'm gonna speed through this part. Alright, once your paper's black, we're going to be sponge painting to make the kind of galaxies or nebulas that we're going to make on the paper. The key is that they look kind of cloudy because they really are like dust clouds in space. So whenever you get paint on your sponge, you want to dab some of it off. That way you get that cloudy look. If you leave too much paint on your sponge, then it's gonna be kind of goopy. So when I get paint on the sponge, I dab the extra off. You can dab it on the plate, or you can dab it on your messy paper to get some of that off. But you just kind of figure out what shape you want it to be. You can switch colors without washing your sponge, that's fine. And I'm gonna speed through this part too. Just the key is getting the extra paint off of your sponge so that there's not very much, so we can see that spongy texture. So I'm gonna do a speed through this. Okay, once you're happy with how your colors look, and you can do that as much as you want, and don't feel that if you like get too much, because next we're gonna go back with black to kind of blend it together, and if there's anywhere you didn't like it, just go back over it with the black. Just make sure you do the same thing. You dab the extra off, and this is going to make it fade more into your black paper. You can kind of change the shape too. If you weren't happy with the shape of it, you can go back and fix it with the black, or if there's part of your paper that's not as dark as you wanted. This is kind of your chance to make it darker. Like that was kind of gray on mine. And so once you do your black, we will be splattering the stars. So that's pretty fun. To splatter your stars, I have a plate of just white paint, and you'll probably want to fix your water cup with clean water before you do this, but you just want to have plenty of water in there. Otherwise it's going to look snowy instead of like stars. Your little dots won't get small enough. So I've got lots of watery paint on my brush, and I hold it above my paper and I just tap it. And that's how I'm going to make my stars. Okay, and that's the last step, is making the stars. Once you do this, you put it on the drying rack Make sure your name's on it before you do, and you're done with your galaxy part of the project.